Clones are taking over, celebrities are turning into them, Pauly D's chasing foxes, and Kailyn wants some Quavo.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Whoa. What have we seen here? Celebrities turning into clones. Welcome to the Game of Clones after show. Tonight's premiere aired tonight. So we got to see it. We will talk all about it. I am Jim Alexander, as you've seen me on other after shows. Joined here by an awesome panel. Introduce yourselves to the lovely lady to my left, starting with you.
I am Tiffany Toney, a.k.a. the BeastMode Barbie.
I'm Lindsay Hoffman, Lindsay B. Hoffman.
And I am Chef Beanz, ready to get it cooking.
Hey, we got a lot to be cooking here because this show, where do we start? I mean, we're going to touch upon Pauly D, Kailyn, two MTV stars who are the stars of this show in tonight's episode. Then their celebrity, their favorite celebrity that's turned into 7 clones, 7 identical clones. And what did you guys think about the concept? We're going to touch all about that. Let me start out by asking you guys, what did you guys think of the show? Initial reaction, now that we saw it, what are you thinking about it?
I have to be honest, I didn't think that they really looked like these celebrities so much, but hey, I mean, I could be wrong.
I think they kind of looked like each other. Like I could see it a little bit. What I was impressed by was how Kailyn and Pauly D could tell them all apart the entire time.
I couldn't.
I was impressed, especially for Pauly D.
What about you, Chef?
Yeah, I agree with Tiffany. I didn't think they really looked like the celebrity crushes. Like, yeah.
Listen, for me, the Megan Fox thing, I couldn't pick one girl that looked even remotely close like Megan Fox.
No,
like,
I
at all.
totally agree.
Like, how did they miss the boat on that? Like, there's no reason. I guess the closest one maybe was Olivia in some ways, just like but like Sean potentially, but none of these girls. They just had the only thing in common. They all had the same hair, slick back, jet black hair, kind of dyed probably. And they had blue eyes.
Yeah.
Right?
No, that's what. And one of the girls was wearing contact lenses. Did you guys notice that?
Yeah,
No, I didn't notice that.
Which one? Do you remember which one?
I wrote it down. Oh, I think it was Lexi. Yeah, it looked to me like she was wearing contact lenses. I could be wrong.
It was definitely the clothes, because when they got into their normal clothes, like one girl's hair wasn't dark brown anymore.
I know. Didn't they look like completely different? What did you guys think about it?
Totally different.
Yeah, that's like trying to fit a round thing into a square peg hole or whatever the comparison. What about Kailyn? Kailyn, she's all about Quavo. Those guys looked a lot more, I guess, kind of like him. At least there was some resemblance. What did you guys think? What about you, Chef?
I disagree. I don't think any of them look like Quavo. I don't think any of them look like Quavo. Yes, the hair aspect of it, but none of them even had the Quavo spice. Am I off?
I mean, they definitely had his swag, I would say, but I don't think any of them looked like him either. The closest one that I think looked like him was Akina.
Hey. Before we go further, she whispered to me something right when we got introduced. Tell us about Akina, or however you want to say his name.
I actually went on a couple dates with him. And when I saw him on the show, I was like, oh my God.
You dated Quavo?
I mean, I wouldn't say I dated Quavo, but we know each other. We went out a couple times.
Was he a good guy?
Yeah, he was chill. He was cool.
What about his personality on the show, what you've seen tonight? I saw you laughing a lot. You're just like having a ball there.
No, he's actually really an intelligent guy. He's a good guy. So,
and he was the first to go.
And she liked him the most, though, sadly. Were you glad to see him go, though?
Yes. I think he could do better.
Oh! Preserving him for the future.
Yeah, for you. After this, you're going to, hit him up.
Rekindle romance, maybe? Yeah, no? Maybe, no. What did you guys think about the actual MTV stars? So tonight's episode, we had Pauly D, obviously, I mean, someone we all know from MTV and just probably the biggest name they could have used. And then Kailyn from Teen Mom. What did you guys think about it, Lindsay?
I liked seeing them on the show because I haven't seen, I don't know if I buy that Pauly D is looking for his one true love, but he is the type of guy, he's like a mama's boy and does want a family eventually. So it is kind of fun to see him sort of being more responsible on the show. And then I like seeing Kailyn too, because like she does want a relationship. So it's fun to see them where Kailyn was on 16 and pregnant, and now she's an adult now, and how she's grown with what she's looking for in a relationship.
What about you, Chef? What's cooking there with Pauly D and Kailyn?
I agree with Lindsay. Pauly D, I'm not exactly sure if I believe that he's actually looking for love. But Kailyn was asking some very telling questions to really dig deep into her selection, especially with Rico at the end. I was very shocked at how passionate she was at his responses. So it seemed like she really took it to heart that things weren't seeming as compatible as the physical aspect.
Tiff, what do you think?
I have to play devil's advocate.
There
I
we
think
go.
that Pauly D actually is looking for love. And I mean, I think people get tired of being a playboy. I mean, you go out and you do the same thing every night. I can't spend 3 days in Vegas without feeling like I'm ruining my life. So I can only imagine
Seriously,
how
even
he
one night.
feels.
I agree with you, actually. I think Pauly D's at a point, we saw the clip of him, like, partying with, like, 4 or 5 girls at a time, and he's got a 5-year-old child. I think there comes a point where you party so much and you've been on TV for all these years that you kind of want something more sustainable and suitable. And I think he's actually legitimate when he's saying that he's looking for that. Kailyn, on the other hand, is this the show for her? I mean, she's been bitten by the love bug, but what do you guys think? Is this a good choice to have her on? Because it probably won't end well.
I mean, I have to say that if you are looking to settle down, I don't know that using Quavo as a type is really a good example.
But I guess that's the point of the show, though, is she's looking for someone who looks like him but has a good personality. So because all these guys look like him, she has a chance to actually get to know them. So she's hoping for a chance for the best of both
How
worlds.
optimistic.
Right, and you can't necessarily judge a book by its cover. So though she's being attracted to the physical aspect, she's trying to unpack or unravel some layers to really see if these guys are compatible with her. So I'm not exactly sure how it's going to turn out. We're going to have to keep watching.
That's a good point. Let's break down the clones, okay?
All
So
right.
we let's start with Pauly D's clones, the Megan Foxes that none of them, in my view, look like Megan Fox. Let's go with some of the ones that got introduced. So we had Christina, who's a mom. So that was kind of telling right away that she might fit in what he's looking for. What do you guys think about Christina? Initial reaction?
I like her. She's my pick for the win. Like, I feel like they're secret soulmates. Like, their birthdays on the same day.
Whoa.
Both their kids are 5 years old,
True,
and their
that was a good point.
birthdays are by each other. So I think he's the girl. Like, she's the girl you should take home to mom, and she's the one that should win. Because, like, I know this is like a reality show, but if they actually hung out after this, I think they could have like a realistic
They have the
shot.
best chance,
Yeah,
you're saying,
like,
just because of their situation.
Yeah.
I totally agree with you. I liked her a lot. I think she seems really down to earth and she's genuine. And some of the other girls were doing a lot just to try to like get attention and be remembered.
Clearly.
Yeah, just be
But,
on camera. She seemed like
yeah.
more real.
No, she definitely did. And I felt like she really wanted to get to know him. So
No, I agree. It seemed as though Christina intertwined with Pauly D very well. It seemed very authentic, very natural. So that's definitely one of my picks at this point.
Yeah, I like her. I think she was the most kind of, I guess, down to earth in a sense, and most mature. You know, you could just tell the way, not only her backstory, but the way she interacted with him was just a lot more mature. Now let's bring us to Lauren Lolo, who was kind of the misfit in this group. I right away noticed that tribal feather tattoo that she had on her neck up there, so she stood out in that way, but she seemed kind of a goofball. Didn't you guys think about that?
yeah, I thought she was a little weird. She was a little quirky. She seems like a nice person, but I just didn't see compatibility there at all.
Yeah, I didn't see. I kind of personally felt like producers were just feeding her things to say, because in the beginning she was just saying how she was like, she wanted him to pay for things for her because he was on MTV.
That's true.
Yeah, she
And
did say that.
for me, I kind of felt like the producers were just like, can you say this sentence? And she was just there to like do that soundbite of that person in the show.
She did her job.
Yeah, that was her one job.
No, absolutely. I'm not surprised that she left. It kind of gave me like a plain bagel feel. Like,
No cream, nothing,
no
right? No
cream,
chives, forget about it.
plain bagel. And
Forget
she
about
was more surprised than we were. But like you said, it seems as though she was reading off of a card, no personality
Yeah, she was
at
just
all.
sad to get off the show, I think.
Yeah.
She wanted to last longer.
She just didn't fit in any way. What about Lexi? She did not look like Megan Fox whatsoever. That was my first impression about it. Did you guys remember anything about Lexi, or did she stand out in any way?
That's the one that I thought was wearing contact lenses.
Aha, okay.
Yeah.
I guess that stood out.
And when they did the spin around and showed what she looked like before, I was like, meh.
He did seem sad when she got like cut off the show.
That's
like
true.
when it was interesting because at the beginning of the show she said that she's someone who has her stuff together, but then she likes to just like hit it and quit it, which I guess you can have your stuff together, but
the honesty there.
It seemed like she was trying to portray herself as a good girl. But what was interesting is when she said that she was like that, Pauly D, like, I don't know, kind of looked at her a different way, and I was like, he's probably going to ask for her number after the show. And be like, I'm going to keep
Chef,
this
what do you think? He's asking for a number, or like it or didn't?
No, he's definitely asking for a number. But if you notice at the beginning of the episode, he mentioned that she had the Boston accent and everything. They were gelling very well. But as soon as the hit and quit it aspect came up, it didn't really rub him the right way. And kind of like what you say, if he really is looking for true love, the hit and quit it notion doesn't sit well with them.
It could go two ways. If he's looking for that, he'd be turned off. If he's not, then he's probably hanging out with her right now off camera. So it could be one of those two.
He's a famous DJ. He hits and quits every day, probably.
Hey.
He's probably tired of it.
Allegedly, but I think we saw video footage of this stuff. Olivia had a lot of time tonight. I feel she's the one that really stood out in a sense, and she got the most camera time. What did you guys think about Olivia?
She had more than one personality.
Oh, that's right. Slivia was it? Or?
Right,
Yes,
Slivia.
Yeah. So we had two different versions of it.
She liked Pauly D's feet a lot. She might have a
That was
secret.
so weird.
She has like a secret foot fetish.
No,
Yeah, I thought it was weird too.
It was weird.
No, she
But
was
Pauly D
very
liked it.
aggressive. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. Pauly D liked it. That's all.
She was very aggressive and methodical at the same time. I feel as though she set that up. When she noticed that she was going to have the one-on-one date, she wanted to show him, though this is what you see, I also have other personalities, and I think that's what ignited something inside of him. And it made a spark come up on the side of his eye. I'm like, okay, he's into
Wouldn't
that.
it make you feel, as a guy, would that weird you out? Because for me, it'd be like, Slivia? No, thanks, cool. I'm good. I'm one version of Olivia's much to handle, much as the second one.
I think I would have asked more questions, but once she tried to take my sock off with her teeth, that would have turned me off. I'd be like, this is kind of weird.
You girls would never do that, right?
I would never do that. And if a guy asked me to do that, I would be like,
Yeah, game over there.
I'd be looking at the producers like,
I can't say I would never do that, but I would have to have known someone for a really
Whoa.
long
I mean, trust his feet, not smelling, right? I mean, she was trustworthy in that part.
First date meeting? No, absolutely not.
No,
not on the
thanks.
first date.
No,
hello, nice
thanks.
to meet you. Let me take your sock off
Yeah.
with my mouth.
It does not initiate anything good. Sean to me had an attitude. Did you guys feel that sense of entitlement from Sean? Either she was playing it off or she was just not feeling anything, thought she was better than everyone else.
I think, maybe she really needed this gig.
That's true. That's possible.
She was mad at her agent.
Lindsay, what'd you think?
Yeah, what's interesting is at one point Pauly D said he liked her because she was different from all the others, but she didn't seem like she was the nicest person. But I don't know. Italians like people who speak up. So, and she was from Vegas, so if she was a little nicer, I think it would have.
Yeah, that would be tough to do.
Right, I just believe she was like out of her comfort zone from the moment that she walked in. Like you said, entitlement, sticking her nose up in the air, walking around, feeling as though she's better than everybody, participating in the squat exercise, but she wasn't present at all. I don't feel as though she was present.
Some people are uncomfortable in the gym.
But Christina, I noticed, didn't like Sean, so it was a little bit of a rivalry.
That's right. That was
true.
quickly.
Yeah.
Did the candy panties help her cause or no?
No, it didn't. I think she just did that for attention.
Nobody's actually wearing those candy canes.
Yeah, I
anymore.
mean, I can't even imagine. Pauly D just like holding it, trying to figure out what it's all about. That was kind of weird. I mean, that whole segment. So and then there's Julia. For me, the first thing that I noticed about Julia is that she actually looks like Alexandra Daddario more so than Megan Fox. I was like, oh, it's like an Alexandra Daddario clone. What did you guys think about Julia?
I felt like she wasn't very memorable.
Yeah,
she was
that's
just
forgettable.
kind of there. Yeah, like tomorrow, I probably won't remember her.
I actually thought she had really good eyelashes. I was like, where does she get
You're
her
digging deep
eyelashes
for that
done?
one.
That's like what I was thinking about. But she was a little bit self-centered. She's like, I miss like Teen USA, and more was like, I'm the one who looks the best. Like she just came out of the bat saying that.
Yeah.
But her eyelashes were on point.
Do you remember anything, Chef, about her?
Briefly, I'm going to have to continue to watch her. Her personality wasn't strong enough for me to really pay close attention, but let's see.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll see. Before we move on to Kailyn's Quavo Men, we just wanted to thank you all for tuning in and supporting us and making us the ESPN of TV talk. But for us to continue to be doing these shows and talking about Game of Clones, we need your help. And it doesn't take much. So if you're watching it on YouTube, Facebook, I'm like so outdated. If you're watching it on YouTube, subscribe. Subscribe to our channel or any other channels you're watching, all the channels. Comment. We want to hear your comments so we can read it off, interact with you guys. What did you guys think about this episode, this show in general? And if you're listening to us on iTunes, make sure to give us a 5-star rating. And comment on us too. We love all that. We love interacting with you guys, and we can use all the help, and it doesn't cost anything. So please help us out. And being part of AfterBuzz has meant a lot to me. I get to do these shows. We get to talk about Game of Clones tonight, and I get to talk about wrestling and all these other shows. It's just been great, and we do it for you guys because you guys love watching us and supporting us. So thank you very much for that, and I know we all thank you for that, and hopefully you keep on interacting with us. Now, Kailyn, her men. Let's start with Rico. That's the first one that stands out, right? I mean, he had the most screen time tonight. Initial impressions of Rico.
You know what's funny about Rico? He's actually from Jersey, and I'm from Jersey, so that's the first thing that I noticed. But he has a very strong personality, very arrogant, which can attract a lot of women, but at the same time turn some women off.
Good point.
I honestly thought that he was gay. Initially, I just...
Why? What'd you think about it?
I mean, just certain mannerisms and just certain ways that he was flipping his dreads. I thought he was gay, which is fine, but I just,
Hey, to each their own, right?
Yeah.
But maybe he's not about Kailyn then, but we don't know. What did you think about that?
Initially, I thought Caitlyn was attracted to him, and he was maybe the most suave and had the most game out of all of them, but I just feel like he's bad news, which kind of reveals later in the episode.
He did have that one-on-one with her, right? Was it? Yeah, it was him. Was that kind of odd at some point where she was pinning him down with the whole phone? Can I look at your phone? And he was trying to work around that whole thing.
Here's what I thought was funny about that. He was like, oh, well, I have this persona on Instagram where girls don't want to see me with other girls. But I'm sitting there thinking, why are you on a dating show on MTV then? Like, they're all seeing you dating a girl.
Exactly.
That is such a good point.
I never thought about that.
Yeah.
I'm a girl. We see these contradictories because we meet a lot of guys and they say things and we're sitting there being like, this doesn't add up.
She was right on it, though.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, right away.
She was like, it was an interrogation almost.
She's been through that.
I was rooting, so I was like, please, like, I can tell he's that kind of guy. I hope you don't fall for it. And she didn't.
Absolutely.
And he's a fan of Teen Mom. So what does that tell you? He watched the show. He's like, oh yeah, I watched her on Teen Mom.
You didn't watch this show. That was a good, did you? Everyone watched it.
Yeah.
At least seen one episode.
Yeah.
At least one.
Rico's watched more probably than that. What about Paris? So he's an eye contact guy and meditations, this thing. Anything that stands out about him?
I would totally hang out with Paris.
Oh, you would?
At the beach.
Okay. That might be the only
But
spot.
I don't think they're compatible at all.
Yeah, I think he was nice, but he wasn't that memorable.
No.
Yeah, Paris didn't really stand out at all. And on the beach, different things like that. It seems like he's more of a friend zone aspect.
Yeah,
it doesn't seem
that
like
struck me
the
that way.
the masculinity that Kailyn is looking for.
The
Doesn't
guy
seem
you go
like
to
it.
yoga with.
Yeah, I bet you a great yoga partner,
Right.
but anything else,
BFF.
shaky. Lorenzo. He had a kind of a realistic point of view about the show, right? I mean, he's like, oh, it's ridiculous. I'm like, wow, I actually admire you for saying that. What did you guys think about it? The rest of it, I forgot whatever he did else besides that, but that was kind of a
That's
memorable.
honestly my only note that I had about him too, sadly. But I liked that he was realistic because on the show you see a lot of people who are clearly characters and there for the show. So he was kind of like, why not? Like maybe there's a shot that this could like work out. So.
Yeah.
Right.
So crazy that it might work. Okay. Your man, former man, Ikenna, is that how you call him? Is that his name?
It wasn't
I'll
my
let you
man,
have
we
the
hung
floor
out.
on that one. I will
Yeah.
let you take the floor on that one.
It's funny because I didn't recognize him at first,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Oh, he's hot," you know. I was like, "Okay." So at least I'm consistent with my type.
How did you
Yeah.
meet him?
In Santa Monica at the Venice at the Venice Whaler. Yeah.
Oh, so now we know where he hangs out, you guys.
Right.
He's probably there
We
right
can
now.
see if him and Caitlyn meet up later because she did like him. She was sad to see him
She
go.
did.
She was.
Yeah, I agree. memorable things about him? Or besides a little insider talk here?
More so the insider talk.
Yeah, because we got
Curious to how that didn't turn out for you two.
I wonder how he's gonna feel when he watches this.
Yeah, for real. We're on right now. So, Jalen, you guys remember, he was the master's graduate degree, so looks like a smart guy. Too smart for this show, maybe? I don't know. Or smart enough for this show. What do you guys think?
Well, you say that, but then did you see the clip where he was frozen, like posing for what he thought was a photo and it was a video?
Yeah.
They were
that.
like, it's a video. It's a video.
Didn't think it through. Any other reactions to Jalen?
I liked him because he's like not the typical guy you see on MTV. Like, he's smart, he had a good smile. I think that I'd be interested to see him have more time with Kailyn and see how that conversation goes.
Right, his personality was very like dominant. Seems like he's very confident in who he is. So now we just have to see if he's compatible with Kailyn.
That's a good point. Quinlan, is that his name? I guess that's how you say it. We're going to go with that. He loves kids. That was my takeaway. He's all about kids. Do you believe it or not? Who's buying it?
I'm not really buying it. And also, even though the last person was very confident, I'm not sure if he's confident because he says something like, she got to look past the exterior.
Yeah, he did say that as if he really wasn't confident in himself.
That's
But at
a
least he
good
has a
point,
sense
actually.
of humor. Like, you know when he says that, although it makes him look not confident, the way he said it was funny. So you're like, well, at least he's got a nice side to him. Like, clearly he's a nice guy and he leads with, like, who he is over, like, what he looks like.
He played it off if necessary. So now we covered everyone. What did you guys think about the dates itself? Like, so the first date, they basically played his game of like elimination. The first elimination is like, what did they match up with Pauly D and Kailyn's like? So I believe the first one, well, Pauly D had the deal breaker questions, and it was just about no ex talk, jealousy. He's big on that. He doesn't like it, and cleanliness. So everyone got that one right. What do you guys think about those deal breakers for Pauly D?
I think those are good deal breakers. But I mean, he does seem a little OCD. I mean,
He's definitely
cleanliness
OCD.
and it can be
I
really
think he
uncomfortable.
admits to it too.
Yeah, so I don't know. But
At least he knows what he wants because he's probably dated girls, and if they don't like make their bed, and if they like leave
Game
one
over.
water bottle out, he probably goes crazy. So he does know his non-negotiables.
Right. I believe they were very honest questions to want to get to know from a person because, like you said, if you don't know yourself, how can you expect to be the best version of yourself for someone else? So he wants to cut out all the dead weight early before they even proceed with the deeper things, like actually face-to-face interaction.
Yeah,
there's no way all those girls make their bed every morning.
no
Yeah, I
chance.
was
No, I
thinking
looked
the
at you
same
guys like
thing.
no chance that happens.
They just picked it to like get
yeah,
further.
they knew what he wanted probably in that case.
Yeah, like as a girl, your mom is like, you got to be clean for a guy. Guys like when you're neat. So their moms probably told them the same thing, and they're like, I've been taught this before. I'm gonna tell them that I'm clean.
So, but everyone got it right. So
Yeah,
at
because
least
their
no
moms told them that's
Yeah.
what you have to tell guys and do.
Another one who got away or one that got away from.
I like that one.
That was an interesting one.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Did one girl say that they weren't the one that got away?
No, I think
don't
they
know.
all answered.
Everyone got it right.
Everyone got it right.
I don't know who would say like the guy got away from me. Maybe, but you don't want to look bad.
No, but our first elimination comes at 8 kids or no kids. Now, that was a ridiculous question because none of them want 8 kids probably. Holly was the one that said no kids. That was her answer, but she kind of clarified by saying like, well, maybe a couple, but not 8, which I thought was kind of realistic. Didn't you guys agree with that?
No, absolutely. And what's funny about Holly, I didn't think she looked like Megan Fox at all. Like, I think
Nothing
that
at all.
was the most distinct like features. Like, who is this? But yeah, I'm not surprised that she was the first one to be gone at all. What do you think?
I thought she was super ratchet, but I also felt like they were really compatible.
I didn't like her for him. I didn't think she was that like good of a girl, and she didn't really seem to like she even really cared to be there. Like when she left, she was like, I don't care. Like she just was like not wanting to be there. I feel like.
I'd say so. And then next elimination, the question of info after sex or hit it and quit it. And Lexi is a hit it and quit it kind, right?
I think she's the only person that told the truth.
Yeah.
Is what I think.
But it's like, why would you say that on the show? Like you're on a show to like date Pauly D, not just like hook up. Like the premise of the show. So it's like clearly you're not here for the right reason. So I guess it was a good question because it weeded her out.
I think the transparency leaked out of her, and she just wanted to be honest in the moment. And personally, if that's what a girl is, if she wants to say that up front, I'm cool with that. But I'm not Pauly D on the show, and clearly that's why he sent her packing.
And packing was the next thing. They were packing a lot of weight when they went to the gym for a day. That to me is a weird date. You take these girls to the gym. Like, I know he's all gym tan laundry and those are the dates that kind of reflected all that, but what do you get out of that? What did you guys think about this whole going at the gym doing squats?
I didn't mind that. It reminds me of The Bachelor, which is like my favorite show. But there's something you can see from when people work out, like how willing they are to participate, and even if they're not like good at something, that they actually want to do it. It's like really does show who you are.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think if that's something that's really important to him and it's a big part of his lifestyle, then he's looking for a partner who wants to be able to work out with him. And if they can't, then, you know, maybe that's not what he wants.
I thought it was awkward. I thought it was very awkward. I understand for the show aspect, but really the first date at the gym, at the gym, someone like Pauly D, he wants to focus. He wants to focus on certain aspects of his body, but how can you do that with it struck me the wrong way. Me personally. What about you?
I had a theory on this, and the theory is it was all about putting like spray tan lotion on him all over, right? Didn't they do that right after? So he had to take off his shirt, and then they had to. I guess no one was that impressed. At some point,
they were like, he's flexing.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, what? Like, so he doesn't really look like that then? Like, that's not really a compliment.
Aww.
That didn't go quite.
But he has abs. He had abs.
He does have
I was
abs.
impressed.
And then the underwear date. Now that's crazy.
That was weird. But someone already took a sock off with their teeth, so.
Yeah.
Oh, and she licked her elbow too.
Oh yeah, I didn't know someone could actually do that.
That was actually impressive.
That's hard to do.
I'm gonna try it when I get home.
I've tried it. Who hasn't tried it?
I literally felt something in my back just as soon as I moved my elbow.
I bet you everyone watching or listening is probably trying to lick their. I would be. I've tried it though, so I can't do it.
I tried that at the table when no one was looking at me. I tried to watch it, but it didn't turn out the way I wanted to.
You guys, I just have to say about the gym date, I have cut people for not like
Oh yeah, you work
being
out.
able to keep up with me.
Really?
Pauly D would have picked you.
Wow.
Was it something specific, like an exercise?
Yeah, we went to go run a mile, and about it was 30 seconds into the mile, he just stopped and was like, I can't do this. I'm like, it's been 30 seconds.
Was he like
No
short of
effort.
breath and coughing up? Yeah, that's probably
so
not
I
a good
relate.
thing.
Back to the underwear real quick.
Yeah, what
I
you guys
want
think
to
about?
know where they got the underwear from because I don't think it's the girls' underwear.
Yeah, I would hope not. Like, hey, can you guys change and just leave your underwear here? What?
I feel like what the producers did was like, here's different underwear, pick the one that matches your personality, and then they each chose the one they thought would like be a conversation piece.
I think that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I'm not sure, but did Pauly D smell the underwear?
Did he? I
Maybe
didn't
that
see
would
that.
have given it away.
Maybe the candy one. It
Yeah.
would've been funny
No,
if
he did. Yeah.
He should have
ate
ate a piece off.
Oh man, that's daring.
didn't
I don't
do
know
that.
if Pauly D's gonna go to that level. Now to Kailyn, she didn't get that much. I felt like Pauly D had more time on the show. Like his dates were
He
like
did.
stretched out longer, and Kailyn just kind of like after a commercial, like, hey, there's Kailyn still, like reminding us that she's around. So her questions was, I thought it was a weird food expiration warning. You know that whole thing. Like, would you warn her or not if the food's expiring?
Maybe she's met some guys. Because I'm like, this is a weird question, but maybe she's met some guys who will like eat food off the floor. You know, there's people like that.
Apparently, I don't know. I'm just like, has she been attempted to be poisoned with like expired milk or something, or what?
That's the first thing I thought about, either milk or bread.
Yeah.
Like, what food does she have that
Chef, what food? Tell us. Like, what would you think of it?
I mean, me personally, yeah, I'm very picky when it comes to certain dates of like milk, any expiration date. So I understand why she asked that question. It was just a weird first question.
You know,
Agreed.
I agree too. I mean, you're going on a first date with these people and you're already thinking about sharing a fridge with them. It's like, it's a little extreme for a first date.
Is it extreme? Because next one comes sex on a beach or between the sheets. Your former man is out right away on that. He's a sheets guy. Everyone's a beach guy. Does that make it redeeming? Is that a redeeming quality
I
or
feel
what?
like that question wasn't a good one to pick people, because I would think more likely if someone were to answer sex on the beach, they're more likely to be a player. Like, that doesn't show if you're spontaneous. That shows if you're a player. So it actually showed that your man is, like, the good guy, you know?
We've already made her his man again. Like,
he doesn't need a beach. Like, that should be actually, like, what you would pick for. Like, you
I
don't
like
need
this
fancy
answer.
things.
I like this answer. I thought it was, like, what matched up with her most. I was surprised. And she's like, well, I wanted spontaneous free. Well, that's why you're on this show, probably. Because of that kind of thinking.
I know, and she got the good guy off because of that question.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I couldn't agree more.
And then more sheet talk. It's change the sheets once a week or once a month. I thought that was obvious. But Phil didn't. Clearly, he's a once a month guy.
He was like, yeah, I don't bring filth into my home.
Maybe I took it as he meant, like, he doesn't bring a lot of girls into his home, so his, like, sheets are clean. Or maybe he goes to girls' houses.
Well, that's what he said. He's like, oh, I'm always somewhere else. He did mention being in other places.
Yeah, briefly, but at the same time, I believe you still have to wash your sheets, even whether you have people in there or not, because of outside odor. So it didn't make sense to me at all.
I agree, especially if he lives in California and it's a hot summer night and he's sweating in his sheets. That was all I could think about was you're sweating in your sheets, and then you change them once a month.
Yeah.
I mean, and then there's a drinking game. Never have I ever game. How did you guys feel about that one?
I feel like they started off pretty strong. What was the first question was for Never Have I Ever?
Wasn't it talking about?
He never had. Wait, what was it? It was a sex question.
Yeah.
It was a sex question. It's so memorable that we all forgot about it. So clearly have.
Oh, wait, no.
You got. Yeah. So I guess it didn't work that well, right? So never have I ever drinking. Yeah, I just didn't feel like. There's too many of these games that didn't even give them enough time to talk to the people, right? You just feel like, oh, this is a quick way. And Pauly D did mention at some point, he's like, well, this helps to eliminate. I don't have to do the eliminations. Like, they were almost relieved that these games would just get rid of some of these girls.
That's true.
But with Never Have I Ever, I feel like that's more of a college / younger game. So if this is someone who has a 5-year-old trying to find his compatible match, why are you playing Never Have I Ever?
Yeah, and there's a girl that said, well, it's something about in a college dorm. Right? That was her whole thing. Like, well, I did in a college.
And they were only talking about sexual things.
Yeah.
And like. Except for the MTV comment.
Right. They were asking if they'd ever slept with someone in the same room.
Right.
Oh, yeah,
Was that the question?
And Pauly D is like, I was on Jersey Shore.
I remember the question. Now.
Okay, what is it?
Never have I ever had sex on a plane.
Oh,
yeah.
that's
I
right.
was surprised Pauly D hadn't done that.
I mean, yeah, of all the things.
I think he was the one who said that, right?
He was.
I think he said that because he was trying to find a girl that would like be down to do that with him.
Hey, there's a flight after this show.
It's on the bucket
Yeah, you're gonna
list.
come with me back to Vegas?
You know, wanted to ask you guys about the concept of the show. What do you guys think about seeing the first episode here, the premiere? What did you like about the concept of it and not? We have two different celebrities and kind of it alternates. What were your kind of reactions about the pacing and the style of the show?
I really liked it. I thought it was really entertaining, actually. And I think 7 is a really safe number. I think if you get more than 7, then it's overwhelming. And less than that, there's just not room for a show.
You couldn't find one Megan Fox lookalike, much less 7.
All the real Megan Fox lookalikes are already snatched up, probably.
True.
So.
Lindsay, what do you think?
I liked the show, but I wish they kind of would have explained a little more that it was going to be going, like they were going to finish it in the next episode because it ended. And I was like, it's over? Like, wait.
We got a cliffhanger. I felt like this is like how to get away with murder or something.
But they didn't even say, they were just like, oh, on the next episode, and just showed other people. They didn't like show when they're going to be on. Like, are they going to be on next week, or are we going to see a follow-up in like 3 weeks?
Here's the problem. I barely remember them on this show, much less a week later or 2. I don't know if they establish enough characters or at least personalities to have us wait and remember like, oh yeah, that's the girl that, yeah.
Right.
You know, it's just one of the... I didn't like that about the show. I thought that abrupt kind of ending didn't work. I would want them to finish it off, you know, start, finish. And maybe in that case, having 2 people might have not given enough time to finish this off. So I didn't like the abrupt ending. I just didn't feel it served any purpose.
Right, and it was kind of confusing to me as well with all the different names. Like the names would pop up at different
it was
moments.
like a computer click. It had that little
Lexi, Olivia, this person, Philip P. Like I was all over the place just trying to remember everyone's name.
It was hard. Like we were taking notes for this, but as a viewer, I'd be like, I mean, I guess it's supposed to be clones. You're not supposed to know who's who, but it's like, who's who? I don't remember which girl.
And just like, oh, that's the feather girl tattoo or whatnot.
Right.
Yeah, or it's a candy panty one, but
Candy panties.
that's a new nickname.
Candy
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, it was just kind of hard to keep up in that sense, and I don't know. Hopefully they change that around next. Maybe it was just for the premiere thing. They kind of want to stretch it out longer. But going forward, I don't think this is a drama that you need cliffhangers for. I get it on The Bachelor. I get it. Because it's an ongoing show. But here we have new people every week.
Yeah, and you want girls to like root for. Like, yeah, we have like the people we want to win, but it's like it's over after,
Of course.
I guess now 2 episodes and then they're gone.
Yeah. And I'm wondering how the next episode's going to start. Is it going to start with the end of this one and then go into a whole new set of people?
Yeah, that's the thing. We saw the preview for next episode in the season. We have Cara Maria from the Challenge. We have a lot of Challenge people. What did you guys think about the first 2 for tonight? Pauly D and Kailyn being the ones to introduce us to the show. Did you guys like those selections?
I feel like we got more of Pauly D in 2 seconds of Kailyn. Like I'm really curious to see how she's going to interact with the rest of her clones. But Pauly D absolutely took over this episode.
I love Pauly D. I've always loved him. I think
liked
he's
him
really
too.
entertaining.
I think that's probably why he got more of the show. I
Yeah.
mean, I love Caitlyn. I have nothing against her, but he's more of like that crazy personality.
He's the known commodity. It's someone
Absolutely.
that kind of outside of MTV.
He's branded for like dating and partying, so
Yeah.
we like to see him do that.
I thought it was a good choice. Now, before we go, we do have a special segment. I thought there was going to be like a music or something. Forget about it. We're diving into it. Yeah. Make your own sound. So, if you guys were on a dating show or had a chance to date your celebrity clone, who would it be?
I would have to say a young Denzel Washington.
Oh, a young Denzel Washington.
Or an old Denzel Washington.
Either
I'll
way.
take either one.
I like that choice.
I would pick, his name is Brant Daughtry. Do you guys know him? He was
No.
on Pretty Little Liars.
You might be able to date him in that case because not many have
No,
heard.
he just got engaged, sadly, but that would be my clone.
Well,
I would choose either Nia Long or Regina Hall. Nia Long was in movies like Friday and Love Jones. Regina Hall was in Girls Trip. I don't know, just something about those two that...
can't go wrong with that. You have 2 choices. Mine would be Katy Perry. I kissed a girl and I didn't kiss her. I would have liked to though.
That would be your question.
Yeah.
Have you kissed a girl and did
Yeah.
you like it? That would be like one of your...
That could have worked.
Deal
Katy
breakers.
Perry, if you're ever cloned, hey, I know. I know she's got a lot blooming for her these days. But how can anyone find you guys? Tiff.
I am at _BeastMode_Barbie.
I'm at Lindsay B. Hoffman on all social media.
I'm at chef_Beanz with a Z.
There you go. And I am Jim Alexander. You can find me at the Jim Alexander on all social media. And check me out on a bunch of after shows, the wrestling stuff. We got through it. There's 7 clones for each. There's going to be more coming up. We'll be here next week to talk about more dating, more clones. Did Pauly D get his fox? We'll find out next week. See you guys and buzz you later.
Bye.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.